just to protect yourself. But the point is just, you know, the banks fail, and that's a given. Insurance companies in the last 220 some years have not failed. So these policies are as close to security as we're going to get, with somewhere to put our money, that we've got a little bit of hope that, you know, it's going to be okay with them. I'm not putting cash in a bank and letting it sit there. I'm just not doing it. I don't trust what could end up happening with that. So
yeah, well, and it doesn't grow at the same rate it would in a policy anyway.
Absolutely, it's 4 to 6% growth and guaranteed growth. If you're in a mutual fund, you're also getting dividends. So it's just, I don't know. I just think it's a win-win, and it's the closest thing to we've got to any kind of security in the world when it comes to saving money.
So then what I'll do is I'll pay that down, and I'll throw whatever I can from Patrick's income to the HELOC, see where we are in 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, and as far as like any lump sums that we have, would you put it towards the HELOC, or would you pay off like small credit cards? Like if we have a $3,000 month where I'm like, sweet, we have all 3,000 that we can then either put towards the HELOC. I feel like with the HELOC interest being at 8 and the other ones being higher, if I can pay those off, that might be better, but
okay.
maybe I was away.
So remember, the banks go on an average daily balance. So when we put every dime we can get into that HELOC first, you have knocked the balance down. Turn around in a day or two and pay off the credit cards. Just as long as it hits your line of credit first to drop that balance, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
Perfect. Yeah, you're right. See, and I never thought of that.
Yeah. Well, it just takes years of thinking about it. All of a sudden, you think of things you never thought of before. So when you're setting your strategy up, more things are going to come up to you, because you're going to think, oh my gosh, if I do this, then I'm going to save a little bit here, and then I can just, you know, I mean, you're always thinking outside the box, because we have been put in a mindset. We're born into it.
Right.
So when you step outside of the box and you look around and you're like, oh, well, you know, I could do this here for, you know, even a month or two will save me some money. If I can throw the money from my HELOC into my whole life, then pull it back out and use it, my whole life is built up for the year, and I don't have to worry about putting in any more deposits this year into it. Now I'll just pull it and use it for this over here. Your mind is always thinking about some other way that you can be gaining money, saving money, making passive income. You need to always be thinking like that, because we've lived in the payments. I mean, I don't know how long you've had this HELOC sitting at $36,000, but they're ripping you $243 for every day that sits there. And to know that your credit card is the same interest and you're letting it sit at $12,000, that's, you know, if you could get a 0% credit card, I would tell you need to be getting a 0% credit card, transferring your balances into there until you get this HELOC under control, and then you can start paying off your other debt.
Yeah, okay. And that's what I figured too. I wrote that down, is to look for 0% credit cards.
Bank of America is doing really good on 0% credit cards right now. You could check with them. But, you know, if you Google 0%, they'll pop up. But I know Bank of America, they're being really good to work with right now. I'm not real sure why, but I just know they are.
I think we are at time, so I want to just thank you
All right.
for your time.
Well,
I appreciate it.
thank you for reaching out, and I hope that
This was really helpful
good.
to kind of, talk through it. And, super helpful.
Good. I'm glad, because with your husband's income, I'm not worried about the line of credit. I think that you've got it under control. I just think you're trying to do it all on your income, and you're getting very, very close, but you still lack that interest on this HELOC. So once you get some of your husband's money in there, that will help start knocking that balance down as well. You know, if you were having $3,600 months and you throw it into the HELOC, well, you're going to be out of that thing in no time. What, 10 months?
Yeah.
About 10 months.
Yeah. So that's the goal.
Yeah.
These payments.
Yeah, so you think about it. If your husband has 8 good months of just the $3,600 a month that you can throw in there, you're done with this line. You've literally paid off your debt, and you're just working the line down again. That's literally what you need to be looking at, because that needs to be your goal, is throw your husband's money in there, get that thing down, get your debt gone, and then when he's on his 4-month of sabbatical or whatever you want to call it, you don't have anything to worry about. You can live off of the line and feel very good about it.
I never thought of course, never thought of living off the line.
Yeah.
If we threw all that money, it usually just sits in savings, right? And then I make the payments every month.
Right. Well, that's what they want you to do, because when that sits in savings, they can use it as their own money. And then when it's sitting in savings, they're charging you this because you don't put it where it serves you. You're putting it where it serves them.
Right. Of course.
So it takes a little bit, because, everybody I talk to in a day, which is a lot of people. I mean, I can't even tell you how many people I touch in a day. Maybe 100 or more, through emails, through comments, through appointments. And every one of them are just like you. It takes time. It takes about 3 months for you to get the concept concrete in your mind, where you're comfortable with your strategy. And then you set up safeguards for yourself. In the event they freeze my HELOC, what am I going to live on? Figure it out. I mean, we literally have to be thinking a step ahead of them, because they're banks, and they can absolutely stop anything they want to stop when they want to stop it. So we're thinking ahead. We're like, hey, if they cut cash out tomorrow, I want my credit built. I want to be ready. Whatever they throw at me, I want to be ready, so that I'm not going to be in absolute turmoil when it happens.
Because
you can pay everything whenever, because you're going to have the line to live off of, and you're no longer worried about when the stuff's coming out. You're setting it up on automatic. You put your check in, transfer it over when you get paid, and forget about it. Literally, it is the most wonderful life you could ever live, because you are used to, okay, it's payday, I gotta sit down, I gotta pay this, pay that, pay this. Nope, I have it set up automatically. It's coming out of my HELOC. Transfer income in, I'm done.
Yeah, that's gonna be an adjustment for
Yeah.
me to, but I'll get there.
I was literally bored. I was literally bored when I first set up everything, because I had been so intense on debt, making sure I wasn't late on payments, making sure I didn't have checks bouncing throughout the day, or didn't have things coming in and my account was empty. I mean, every day it was a struggle. I had a computer at my work. I was constantly looking at my account to see what's happened. Oh my gosh, did that come in? I hope I can catch it. I hope I can get my check over there before, And when I set it up to where everything was automatic, everything was flowing, I just had to make sure that when I got paid, I was putting it in the bank and throwing it into that line. It was like, oh my gosh, I remember sitting around thinking, what am I going to think about, or what I do, because I felt like I was bored because I didn't have that to think about. It was almost discouraging because it was like, okay, wow, okay, what do I think about? That's what I want kids. That's what I want people to get away from, is because then we can focus on our kids. We can focus on what they're wanting to do, or what I want to do around the house, or whatever. I can buy that new refrigerator I've been needing for 10 years because I haven't had the money to buy it, but now I have credit, so I'm going to go buy the refrigerator because I know how to work it down now.
Yeah, I think, so I would just set up the expenses. Sorry, there was a loud bang upstairs and my kids are up there, and I was like, well, I don't hear screaming. So
I know, I was going to say, did somebody die?
Okay, so I could set up my expenses, right, to automatically charge to the credit card every month.
Yes.
And then on their due dates, and then I wouldn't have to worry about that. And then my income comes into my checking, and I move it over to the HELOC.
Right.
Right? And then I would set up my U.S. bank credit card to automatically take out that $23.23 on the due date every month.
Yes, you could. Yes. Right. Yes.
And then everything is set up automatically.
Yes.
And I just sit back and wait for the balances to go down and decide what to shift around next.
Exactly. So,